kukome. Meneme da fuye tu kwai. Ya nesikanjwe ya ho. Apena demo nyanko pongwano anadarumenti. Kakabeka yensa nanso midofuye yime. Yeah. Nansi soya bemo. Kom na mayo. Nye bibia. Kom na mayo. Kom na mayo. Kom na mayo. Kom. Na mesio no na mewano. Ano na mewano. Ponsa na mewano. Kom. Mini obia tise wo masits name. Enti ade jena we mi amo. Na se unim se umpa me kosiechitia. Enya kachemyo na mimpeve bimfawai. Adome nutuwe, evi ameka wanini. Na sunu koya, obadieni. Adon made up for Adamia Adamia made up for Jamia what did Jamia Kukome made up for Adamia Adamia Jamia what did Jamia Kukome Adiyami one say me don't be nenin to menim oh me anane profo asemi tinyenti vise power me ache nanso ya when you sikala Nyamia Bama Nesakaka Asemenko Vise Bianani and Sakaimpo Mitiboninti Nasem Fenisa Iye Wahum ya se do funiwa Oh Iye Ya se mo do fwe jamia Wahati jamia Kukome
Welcome back and thank you very much indeed. The BNFT this morning says increase sin tax to augment NHIS and oil money school project stalls for 6 years and 10 partners consider second drilling rig. Project to plant 20 million trees launched. We're trying to reorient our forest there. So those are the stories on the front page there, and you can always join us on our WhatsApp line 050-823-5228. That daily guide this morning says telco deal saves $68 million. That's according to Minister for Communications Esla Usu. She was singing yesterday in Parliament, and I have more on my chest. Rollins warns NDC as Papa J beginning or preparing to boom one more time. BOG to staff top staff hot, and UN sacks sexy cops. 10 killed in Volta Lake. Those are the front page stories of the Daily Guide. The Finder newspaper says University of Ghana Medical Center not completed. Contractor agrees to complete outstanding works in 6 months. If what? We will tell you more. But yesterday there was a statement out there that the government is ready, perhaps bowing to the pressure from the public to open the University of Ghana Medical Center. Reconsider creation of new regions, Imani to government, and China's Jiangxi province to invest over $10 billion in northern region. ESLA justifies Kelny GVG contract, and NMC calls for civility in dealing with investigative journalism. Those are the stories there on the front page of the Finder for this morning, the first day of June 2018. Daily Graphic says telcos giving ultimatum connect operations or face sanctions. Ursula says so. Don't be local star, strive for global market. That's Madame Boss telling some young entrepreneurs. And maritime border dispute brews between Ghana and Togo. We just got back from Itlos between Ivory Coast. Togo is raising flags as well. Interesting ones there on the front page of the Daily Graphic for this morning. And the Ghanaian Times says 46 police personnel repatriated for sexual misconduct. You remember the guys who went to South Sudan? Yes, they're back home. They'll be repatriated. Stop attacks, threats of assault against Anas. The Media Commission says so. And check your land title registration in the Spectator tomorrow to be sure if nobody has gone to the land title registry to do something fishy with your thing. 4 soldiers, policeman grabbed for extorting money from Galamsey's. Operation Vanguard is alive and well. Ghana-Togo maritime border clash looms as Togo stops Ghana from operating in the disputed area. I hope we fix this quick and fast there. But it's the first day of the 6th month of the year 2018, and these are the front page stories we have here. We'll get into the details at this point. And Dr. Nana Ama Ajiman.
Of course, when you mention my title like that, I'm forced to start talking about the UGMC
just
issue.
From the word.
I from seeing patients.
I nearly added Esquire.
Hey, please. I haven't reached that. I actually wanted to get there, but it looks like the journey will be very long. I'll just hold on.
Esquire is a title for gentlemen in the olden days, but the lawyers have taken over.
They have.
If it's a title for gentlemen, then I don't want to use it.
You're not a gentleman?
No.
Okay. I don't want so fella sang about you.
No, I don't want to be gentleman. I don't want to be a gentleman.
Oh goodness. But anyway, the health minister has been speaking back to us because of this UGMC brouhaha. He says contractor agrees to complete outstanding works in 6 months. But again, 6 months is a long time. 6 months is time in which people would have lost, died, people would have been maimed, people who wouldn't get redress for their issues, health issues that is. And so it's not just enough to come and put us out there. Again, do we know what the problem is? If we know what the problem is it going to be easy to solve? If so, please let's do it. And then also in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for the contractor to complete that thing in 6 months, could we look at alternatives? Can some part of the hospital start running whilst we look at these things? Because even when the hospital is open fully, you can't tell me we wouldn't stop, block certain places for maintenance, or, we identify some issues and we want to renovate or put up, because when you enter the structure, you do realize some things are changing. Even the walls, the water, has dripped around some of the walls. They don't look wholesome. So we're going to spend money again trying to paint it and trying to make the place look good so people can come in. And all that takes time. The longer you wait, the more distraction you get. And the money we have to put to renovate it to look okay for us to start working is something that the government has to also start talking about and looking at critically.
Yesterday I was trying to read the statement. As came yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. So, what is the difference between this and what the
minister is saying? Well, if
now he's just putting timelines to it. That's all.
Well, but the timelines, as we do know already. Yesterday I mentioned that look, the warranty on all the equipment is already expired. So even if we start operating today and we detect a fault with one of them, we'll have to go and find money to fix it already. They talk about staffing as well. I know that as far back as last year, they put out some, a call for applications, and people sent it. It was an online, thing, and I even guaranteed for 2 people or so. And then people went for interviews, and they were told they will be called back. So, is it that that application process has not been completed, or that they just want to start the process all over again? Because as far as I know, within 6 months you're supposed to complete that application process. It's been more than a year, so people have applied. You shortlisted. You call them for an interview. You must have had your unless you tell me all the people who applied for the jobs there were not qualified in any sense of the way. So I hope we're not going to start the staffing process all over again, because people have clinched their hopes onto the application.
And truthfully, Johnny, when you even mentioned the fact of the stuffing, the time in which they did the interviews and all that was a transition period for most house officers becoming medical officers, and so you could get a chunk of them. Right now, they have been employed by other agencies because you didn't know when UGMC was going to open. You couldn't just stay home forever, and so people were employed. And now at that, I mean, for UGMC, the fact that it's going to be a tertiary facility, you need certain staffing, you need certain cutoffs. Now you've got these people move away into employment. They are gainfully employed in certain hospitals. How do you draw them out of it to come back and work with you? Because yes, the opportunity will be open. It's like an open for all kind of thing. And so if you want it, come for it. But really, you wouldn't be able to get the adequate staffing because now they are gainfully employed. They've been there maybe less than a year. They can't just stop and jump onto a new bandwagon. I don't know whether they took all these things into consideration. And that's why many people went in to apply for it, because that timing was ideal for everyone. But now that you've rolled them out of the system, you're going to disrupt other hospitals when you start running in the middle of, say,
that depends if those professionals or doctors or health would want to come and work at the University of Ghana Medical Center.
But some people were trained. They were sent outside with government money to be trained, and so you need them.
If you train me and you left me and you don't bond me or you don't hold me down with a bond, I'm free to flow around. I mean, you can't clamp me down.
The person losing the skill because when he or she is back, he's unable or she's unable to.
But what I'm saying is that if for example, Bright employs us and says that, okay, let's go for training in Canada for 6 months and come back, and we didn't sign the agreement that when you come back, you're working for me. There was no agreement like that. What's the essence?
Well, hopefully, I would want to believe it must have been such a
I hope so too, because
but also, they wouldn't have aired if you told me that when I come back you employ me. But for many years, I haven't heard anything from you. I'm not sure what's going on.
There's supposed to be a certain timeline to it. In any case, if we're not able to find answers to these things, I think people should be held for causing financial loss to the state, because spending money to train people outside and refusing to hire them because the hospital. Look, there are about 275 reasons why we can't have the hospital opened, but there are also 572 reasons why the hospital must be opened. Are we saying now, well, as I'm reading the finder, that we don't have a certificate, a handing over certificate or a takeover certificate of a building that we're being told consistently is complete, has been done, that we don't have? So what was told to the contractor?
Yes, but if we're to take what you just said, now if we don't have the certificate, as you're saying, Mr. Kucheto's statement, the Deputy Information Minister says that government is ready to operationalize the facility. So ready as in what? They are now going to get the certificate or what?
I have no idea.
You see, I am thinking that this is something that has gone bad. The Ministry of Health should just sit there and say that, look, we shared our responsibility to get this facility opened. We told Ghana stories from, we don't know who are the owners of the story, of the facility, to the former Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Ayete's fuming about the Deputy Minister, Mr. Kinsley Abuaji-Jedu's statement about who owned the facility, and they're going to find out, to the no generator, when 2 generators were sitting there, to now we are told it is not completed. For the sake of the people of Ghana, please, let us for once behave like Ghanaians. Let's get this facility open and working.
You know, the conversation started from there's no power station, then it got to roads, then it got to the fact that some of the departments in the hospital are not done. Now we're talking about staffing. Now we're talking about handing over. Now we're talking. So I'm saying every day there is something that we can talk about. In the face of the circumstance, is it open? Yes, so we're making an analogy. If you buy a plot of land and you want to build a 4-bedroom house and you're able to erect just 1 bedroom, the people who move in there, living there, while they are there, they fix the rest. Now the contractor is telling us that there are some of the equipment he can't fix, or some of the portions he can't complete if there are no staff there for him to hand over to. I am not a medical expert, but
we don't plan to make it a heavy morning as usual. Fridays are light here. We're going out there to run. We're talking about relationships.
If you are light and
what do you look for in a partner?
My relationship with the minister this morning.
No, I don't want that one. I want a relationship.
No, my relationship with the minister, with the president, with the vice president, with the first lady who believes in healthcare, is that the University of Ghana Medical Center must be open. It's been long overdue. It's a waste of the taxpayers' money. It's unfair. People are dying, and we're dying deaths that we're not supposed to be dying. That's my relation. What do you look out for? That's what I look out for in a love relationship. That's my love relationship.
It's your love relationship with the minister. So what do you look out for in a partner, suitable partner? What are your considerations? Let's see your views out there.
Thank God it's Friday. Let's do love and relationship. What do you look out for in a suitable partner in an era of technological advancement and beauty doctrine? This is Daily Rant. Let's keep talking.
With me, I mean, I think a woman who is very understanding, who is very innovative, who is intelligent and God-fearing, understands me. I mean, we are good to go.
Are you sure?
Of course.
Is it because it's TV?
Because we are on TV? No.
I don't like the front axis and the back axis.
I know you go there, but you know, men are fascinated about what they see. So the attraction is also there. So if you have a nice
way to go, money no day about you, but the way they get arrange the thing, would you look and say, yeah, my boy arrived?
No, but sometimes they do them too much.
Yeah. No, they can't to be too deep. Because if you see someone say,
some question that with the business one to Oko Washumana.
Because
what do you look out for? Right.
What I look out for in a man, like my partner.
Your guy is watching.
I know that guy.
If he says something, he doesn't have.
Well, he's caring, honest, and you know, Michimia made the pine. He's like a second dad to me. He doesn't entertain stupidities. Like, he'll put you on track when you're going off track. So that's what I think I love about my man.
Like
and he's no, he doesn't have. Like he has he doesn't have a six pack. He doesn't.
So he has pot belly. Pot belly.
So can you do pot belly? Can you do pot belly?
So he has pot belly. That's what you like on your pillow, your second pillow.
No, my guy is sexy in my eyes.
Hey.
I love him the way he is. Yeah, I love him the way.
Under no circumstance. Women will look out for stature.
Yeah,
because that some of us start to go gym by force. Because now every time I get off, I do like 30 push-ups.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure I'm okay. I say, but because master,
Listen. Yes, say you will be say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? And he may know me. I love him as he is. He shouldn't go and lift a heavy metal or none. Then not be so me. Then not be pajama. Like,
let me be honest. I like fair ladies.
Hey.
So we sell it in the stores.
So people know that if you are not fair and you come in that rank.
But you know, fairness can be bought in the store.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you know? Sometimes it comes naturally. No, but sometimes it comes naturally.
No, do you know I can bleach right now?
But there's some fancy, there are some errors.
Do you know I can bleach right now to be the fair girl you want?
No, I will see it on your hand.
I will see the knuckles.
I'll see it. No, listen, because I like fair ladies. When I see you, I know you're not. You're not that. What I want, I would see it.
Honey,
and I wouldn't go in for you.
Honey, listen.
Oh, your guy is watching.
Listen. Honey. Oh, my baby understands. Listen, I have these friends that have bleached.
Yeah.
Minim say, I'm sorry, but you wouldn't even see a trace
I have
of.
To drink it now.
No, but
yes.
no. Listen.
And
Listen.
So
If it's not from your hand, I'll see it from your leg.
Oh, you won't.
That's true.
Oh my God.
Trust me, it's
I don't
true.
want to mention names here.
Come on, go ahead.
The lady has so much experience. She knows what she's talking about. But you know what? Me, I'll advise you. Plantain chips in fairness, you know, it's 2 days to me. I like chocolate.
Give me high five.
Chocolate
Black hair. You know, this is an era of technological advancement and beauty. There, to make a toast. I say now, no, we don't really pay attention to the intelligence.
No.
And the natural bit of the the traits. Sure. But now we all want to look at the looks and all that.
The looks and everything. That's what drives most people to do things that they are not supposed to do. They buy drugs, they inject themselves, they do surgeries. Like, trust me. And for now, they wouldn't see it. The effect of it all. But sooner or later, trust me, it would all be coming out.
But I think lately, I mean, from 2005 coming downwards, we didn't see ladies with makeups and all the stuff. But because of that, people want to, impress their ladies.
Talk about makeup.
Yeah.
I saw this. There was this lady that I saw. I know it was just before and after.
Hello.
And then if you see the before picture and then the after picture, you will say people who do makeup are like they are evil.
Hello. I'm here.
Oh my God! I was actually going to go to.
I'm a girl.
I think women in their body, they feel like, I have to look very good for this guy. I have to look good before I go out. So they take the medicines, they go to the scientific whatever, they even have aspart now. They wear it and they want to feel good. Let me tell you something. Men sometimes look at how you look, but we don't really care about it. Do you understand?
That's true.
It's like wedding. We the men, we don't care about the wedding. It's for the women.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Women, to the extent, will go and take their boyfriend's money as close as 2,000 Ghana cedis just to buy hair and put on their head. Girls, we don't care about the hair on your head. The competition is about them. It's with them and their girlfriends. It's not with the men. Whatever is on your head, it's okay for us. Say, me, I like braids. Anytime you braid your hair, I don't give a damn.
But I want to ask you one question. Say, so you didn't woman go out where your party like me then you did. Where I see you once a Charlie, your man, you hear the bill. How do you feel?
I'll feel okay.
Exactly.
I'll feel okay. Listen. I'm trying to say that. I'm not saying the 2,000 is too much. Some women are worth it. Others are not. No, let's be real.
Let me buy this Peruvian wig for you.
And then I make canon. What you say? If I get married to a woman, she's my wife, and I decide to buy Peruvian hair of 2,000 Ghana cedis to her, she's worth it. And I say so be to her meaning you're just coming as a side.
How would you marry her if you don't start from dating, courting, to that level?
Look, this friend of mine, a friend of mine wanted to date my cousin.
Wait. When I started speaking, I spoke about a woman who is industrious.
Yeah.
A woman who is very industrious will not allow the husband to use 2,000 Ghana cedis to buy hair to put on her head. You understand? She will talk about investment.
I beg. Look, every woman wants to look good. Irrespective.
No problem.
No, wait. Every woman wants to look good. So if she's industrious, maybe both of you are bankers or whatever it is, you have the money. Once a while, there's a birthday party, both of you are attending.
Okay.
She says, I've seen this dress worth about $5,000.
No problem. We can pay.
She does. But they feel good when the guy says, okay, me who are there at itself.
I'm not disputing that.
So even if it's wait, make my point. So me, my woman, the money there we go spend.
Fine.
Head to toe. No, if you make the woman because only the see, only the do.
I'm not saying she didn't spend. That's what I'm not saying. She didn't spend. I'm not saying she didn't spend.
No, there was this. Let me ask you. You were a lady. Do you guys get enthused about this sex pack? Because I'm a boy, baby. Almost that gym.
Oh, of course. It's true. It's very true.
Only she can the pack. Is it true? Just let me know. I want to know.
Don't kill me now. I beg.
Okay, you know the truth, right?
Ladies,
the truth is, according to me, according to my other friends, it's really nice when there's this group of mine. It's called Purple Juice.
If you want to join, why
not? It's solely girls.
Okay.
Girls.
Okay.
And with Purple Juice, as soon as you put a picture of a guy with 6 parts, we all go like, wow, oh my god.
Hey.
But there lies the case. My guy is not a 6-pack guy.
So how do you
and I love him.
About guys with 6-pack?
I also do some. We all do.
But don't really mean it.
I don't mean it. I just do it because like it's fun.
You admire it, right?
Yes, I admire it.
So you like it?
Just for the sake of it. But I don't want my guy to only be. You don't have to force it to be there. You get it.
Day out, you hear cases of ladies, doing plastic surgery, all to look, beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. At high time we made them aware, saying now can. Yeah, I'm fire home.
No.
Just how God has created you. Just be like that.
George, some men do put pressure on their women.
To do what?
Especially when I know this particular guy that. The girl is big, not really big, just a bit bigger than like she's chubby, and the guy will go like, hey, Into a down for no form ye piano to starting our own jogging. You know, this will make the woman feel so bad. You buy these slim tees and to get to waist trainer. If it doesn't work, then it will get to going to obeying for.
You know, I have to agree with Mami in a way.
But if the girl is obese, I won't go for that one.
And the in front of
obese.
I have to agree.
No, don't do that.
Okay,
Don't do
fine.
that. They are human beings.
No, if the girl is obese, okay.
Yes, they are human beings.
Obese. What chance I would do obese? Like?
I'm
Do you know people? Where picture now by now there was this slim guy. No, a picture. The girl.
Yeah, social media. I was
love, when you fall in love, George, it's a different thing. Trust me.
And said that make the girl fall in love, but don't leave her there.
I agree.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is that I think I'm trying to agree with what she said.
Thank you.
Some men push their wives or their girlfriends to the wall too much.
To do what? I want
you
to
understand?
know.
Listen, all those who watching, if you want a slim girl, go for a slim girl. If you want a fat woman, go for a fat woman. Don't go for a fat woman and be forcing her to slim down.
For me, I work hard, so much stress.
Yeah.
Something has to be home to make me want to come home.
Hey.
It's either the looks, it's like the touches when I come home. It's either your food, it's either what happens in there. There has to be something.
So, what do you look out for in your suitable partner? Money, 6 packs, beauty? Let's know what you think. Log on to our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's News on TV3, and on Twitter, it's News TV3.
Yeah. Listen, before you go off, I just want to tell all the ladies that just be yourself.
Okay.
And we'll love you for you.
Okay.
That's meant for us.
So just be yourself, and we love you for that.
You doesn't mean like a Johnny just do. You wanna get the work up, but put the judge the chump. Yeah, baby, pana. I say I like cassava. You get the big cassava. Baby, pana. Anyway they go, I go follow you they go. Oh baby boy, you fire. Your body boom boom fire. Only you are the desire. Hey. Let go, my baby give me let go, hey. Come over, you don't come in and come over, hey. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Do you want to say? And energy, we better thing. With your best, forget to do. Everywhere, it be me where I go to go. Why don't do like that? Why do you take that thing from me? My baby, don't do like that. Why do you act like you don't know? Oh baby, don't do like that. You know, baby, don't do like that. Baby boy, you fire. Your body boom boom fire. Only you are the desire. Hey. Let go, my baby give me let go, hey. Come over, you don't come and come over, hey. Boy, you got it thing I know. You got a body I love. You make me sing high notes. You make me sing high notes, hey. Boy, you got it thing I know. You got a body I love, yeah. You make me sing high notes. You make me sing high notes.
Facility government has additionally secured funds to construct the phase 2 with the project. Government wishes to state its commitment to providing quality healthcare to the people of Ghana. That's a statement signed by a deputy information minister there. Now, they find out this morning, say UGMC not completed, and if you take a look at the final story, the health ministry is saying that some outstanding work, such as installation of remaining medical equipment and devices, medical equipment testing and training, and final road cover, have to be completed before the UGMC can commence operation. This is according to a report that was issued by the project implementation unit of the facility. Let's come back to this facility. Now, we're told by the finder that there are several equipment that the contractor has warranties, and until government fulfills its part of the contractual agreement, the contractor is not ready to hand over the warranty. So it is unsafe for government to go in and use the equipment, because when they go bad, it could be government coming in to fix them. Now, perhaps there is more to it than just opening the facility. Is that the situation?
Thank you very much. First of all, let me say good morning to our viewers. And to say that I'm not surprised about the statement that has made by the presidency in terms of the University of Ghana medical facility. First of all, let me thank all the youth of this country, men and women who together joined this campaign to ensure that this facility is given the green light. I have always said that if we want good governance in this country, as citizens, we also need to partake in the good governance of the nation. We shouldn't allow politicians to dictate the pace, but we should rather dictate what the politicians should do. Because at the end of the day, we give them the mandate. And if that mandate is not well respected, it is for us to ensure that we dictate to them what to do. And I use this opportunity to thank the young man who, as a result of his courage in ensuring that this issue was brought to light, although this issue has been in the media for so long, had to do what he did to ensure that cabinet sit and then take this directive. And for me, it is a very big shame that as a country, we have to wait for facilities that we've used the taxpayers' own money to get to a stage of disrepair.
Give me a second. Just hold your thought. Let me quickly get on the phone lines and speak to a Deputy Information Minister who signed the document suggesting that government is ready to operationalize the University of Ghana Medical Center. Perry Okujetos just joined the conversation via phone. Good morning, sir. Grateful for your time with us.
Good morning, Bright, and good morning to your viewers.
Thanks. So now, your statement said that with immediate effect. So how soon are we going to see this done?
Well, immediate effect means that immediately. So what we expect, and if you read the statement, we have said that a team has been put together, headed by Dr. Nefi Asamoah.
Right.
His team is expected to liaise with the contractor, and then testing of equipment, making sure that the power supply issues are resolved, and then the issues of staffing, completing the recruitment process, and making sure that all the logistics that are needed for the smooth running of the hospital are done. We're looking at between now and July to make sure that all the things that I have mentioned are operationalized. And then also, if you read the statement, it says that government has secured funds to do all the things that are required in the phase 2. The Ministries of Health and Energy are also in collaboration in order to make sure that power issues for the hospital are resolved, for the hospital to be able to run smoothly without any hitches.
I see. The finder this morning, I'm not too sure if you've seen the finder, but it's a story from the Health Ministry suggesting a couple of things that have to be done, some including training of staff, like you said in your statement, and several others. From the indications in the report, this is not likely that could be done before the end of the year, if you look at what is in the report that the finder has published.
Well, the report that the finder has published is based on the things that have been done over a period since the beginning of the year. And these have been done under the supervision and the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff. I believe that it is that report that the finder has published. A lot has happened since the beginning of the year, and that is why government feels confident that it is possible, if we put our shoulders to the wheel and prioritize the things that have to be done for the hospital to work and work efficiently, we can begin from now. And that is why we think that the team should get to work. The contractor has been contacted, and then the facilities that are in place can be tested to make sure that they can be operated. What is most important is the staffing of the hospital, to make sure that there are nurses there, there are medical staff there. You know that this is going to be a teaching hospital, and therefore the faculty, in terms of those who are going to be teaching the medical students and all that, these are people who are at post, and therefore I do not see a hitch in that regard. These are people who are ferried, students for instance are ferried from the University of Ghana to Kolebu on a daily basis to go for classes. And if now facilities have been provided on the campus of the university, I don't see how that becomes a problem. So what government intends to do is that we all dialogue on these issues to make sure that the facility is put to the best use. Government is committed to making sure that the provision of healthcare is prioritized. And then as soon as possible, as soon as practicable, the hospital should be open to both students and the public.
If I push you to the wall, would you be able to say that we just hit the third quarter of the month? Would you want to say that by the end of the third quarter, the facility should be...
We are giving ourselves between now and July.
Okay,
and then we've given ourselves between now and July. Whatever needs to be done will be done. It is how expeditious we do it and how serious we are about it as a government. So we have given ourselves between now and July, and we hope that by July the hospital will be fully operational.
I'm so grateful. Mr. Perry Kujato is a Deputy Information Minister there on that statement. Right. Grateful for your time with us. Let's get back to the conversation in the studio. So the assurance is that between now and July, whatever has to be done will be done to ensure UGMC is working.
Yeah, for the good people of this country, they have to be happy, because we lack hospital facilities as a nation. And if we've used our own resources to build such facilities, and these facilities are lying down, getting to 2 years, definitely it is a worry to every Ghanaian. And that is why we all joined this campaign to ensure that this facility is opened. For me, it is not the only facility that is lying fallow. There are other facilities scattered across the country, and it is imperative on government to ensure that all these facilities are open, especially those ones within the districts where we have our rural folks. We want to ensure that those facilities are also given that needed attention, to ensure that the resources that the nation have put into these facilities do not become waste. If you look at this Legon facility, it was out of a loan. It means we have to pay back that resources. And how are we going to pay? We can only pay if the facility has been put to use, giving Ghanaians good health services, so that people will not be traveling outside for maybe better health care. And that is why those facilities have been put together. So for me, 2 months from now, we'll be counting, because yes, there should be timelines. And for me, looking at what has transpired over the period, where we are giving timelines on projects, and the time comes and another timeline is given, we are pleading with the presidency that for this facility, the 2 months that they've given the good people of this country, let us ensure that by the end of July, this hospital will be ready to be used. And for me, if that is done, then the people of this country will be happy that the resources that they put into this healthcare facility is being put to good use. So for me, I want to use this opportunity to thank every Ghanaian and to let the people of this country know that when it comes to governance, they have a key role to play. And the moment they continue pushing governments to do the right things, our resources will be put to good use.
Right, grateful for your time there. And now let's jump on to some other issues. Telcos were told, given ultimatum to connect operations to face sanctions. But let's also touch on the same story captured on page 4 of the Ghanaian Times. Talks about no underhand dealings in Kelny GVG transaction. Communications Minister Eslowusu Ekufo has dismissed allegations that the Kelny GVG deal is not in the interest of the state, as an application by the minority for a probe into the contract was crushed, honoring a parliamentary invitation given her last week to come and brief the House on the deal. Mrs. Owusu Ekufo told her colleague lawmakers in Accra that $89 million, the Kelny GVG deal, is the best we could have gotten. This is what she said. Mr. Speaker, there has been absolutely no corruption or underhand dealings in this transaction. I can never be a party to any such conduct, as I value my reputation and the reputation of the government which serve the interests of the good people of Ghana. She emphasized the ministry has come under pressure to abrogate the contract it signed on December 27, 2017 with the Haitian headquartered company, with others calling on Mrs. Owusu Ekufo to step aside for investigations into the deal. So that's the story so far. Yesterday she was in Parliament. The minority had so wanted a probe. She said there is no corruption, there's no underhand dealings. Does it end everything?
Right. For me, the minister is just trying to protect her image as a minister. But why are people not happy with this contract? There are so many things wrong with this contract. And for me, I've had an occasion to question the deputy minister, because for some time now, he was the one going around radio stations, TV stations, defending the contract. And my issue borders on procurement. And I think the minority has also raised that issue.
Right.
Right. As we talk about this particular contract today, nobody in this country is privy to even companies that bidded for that contract, apart from the GVB company. No Ghanaian is privy. And we've consistently asked the deputy minister to tell us those who competed for that particular contract. Because the method that they used was selective tendering. Okay? And right, sometimes I ask myself, are we sincere to ourselves as a country? When this government was in opposition, virtually criticized every contract that the NDC government undertook, especially the issue of sole sourcing. Okay? Now, the current government went as far as appointing a whole minister to head procurement in this country. So we all expected that issues of procurement infractions will be a thing of the past, especially at that higher level. But right, to our surprise, day in and day out, issues of procurement infractions are the order of day. Today, a contract is out that has not gone through the right process. People are questioning the basis of the contract. Tomorrow, the same thing. And you ask yourself, then why do we, as a country, pay for something that we intended minimizing or abrogating? Why do we pay people for that? And you know what? The minister or the deputy minister told us that they use selective tendering.
Right, which was approved by the PPA, the Public Procurement Authority.
Let me tell you something. The PPA, what it does is, maybe you want a method to be used, fine. Or maybe the approval in terms of the quantity, in terms of the amount that you want to procure, they go through those things to ensure. But look, every tendering process starts from the entity level. Okay? If I want to procure, let's say, 10 million worth of goods, I know the entity tender board cannot approve that tendering process. Okay? Maybe through sourcing or whether selective tendering or not. But the initiation should start from the tender entity. They have to decide that this thing should be selective tendering should be used, or sole sourcing should be used, okay?
And not PPA. Is that what you're saying?
No, the approval is taken from there,
okay,
before it is sent to PPA for approval, okay? That is, you do the initiation from the entity tender stage. They have to send the information to the higher level for approval. So if PPA decide that, okay, you can use sole sourcing, then the company can go ahead. At that time, the entity level has already given approval using that method, okay? But you need to go to a higher level for approval. Now, tell us, if you use selective tendering, it means you have companies in the pool which you are selecting from, okay? Now, what we are saying is that we want to know which companies did you select from? Because look, in selective tendering, you assume that you know the companies, you know their efficiency, their effectiveness. Okay, that's when you do selective tendering.
I am tempted to believe that selective tendering is the same as restrictive tendering.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead. So that
yes, you are restricting. Exactly.
Right.
So before you do restrictive tendering, it means those companies are companies that are in your pool, or companies that you've done due diligence on, companies that you've done value for money on. You are sure that when you select these 3 or 4 companies, they'll be able to provide what you want. That is why you don't want to go outside to the market
and
to announce
companies that you think the public should be made to know.
Exactly. And as at now, we've consistently asked government, which companies, if you say you use selective tendering, which companies did you select from? And these are simple, basic questions. And you see, if you don't have anything to hide, avail yourself with information. Do you get it? And that is why the civil society groups consistently are saying that there is something wrong with the contract. Because if you are to use this method and you are not ready to even tell us, the citizens of this country who are paying you as a minister or deputy minister, to tell us even just the companies that you select, because in restrictive tendering you need about 2 or 3 or 4 companies, because you want to restrict, you don't want more people to come in, okay? And they should be companies that you think they can do, you've done a lot of due diligence on. Tell us that, oh, company A, company B, C or D were the companies that were selected, and then out of it, this company won.
So Parliament has shut down the call by the minority for a probe. So the matter has ended?
It is not ended. People will go to the extent of ensuring that they are compelled to bring the documents that the good people of this country wants to see. Because a single company cannot do restrictive tendering. The law does not allow that. The law does not allow that.
You suspect it was a single company that went into that?
Yes, so now people believe that it was sole source. And because they also don't want to admit that it is sole source, that is why they are telling us that it's restrictive tendering. And if it is restrictive tendering, then tell us the other companies that were part of the restrictive tendering process. And as of today, even yesterday when she went to Parliament, she couldn't tell Parliament the companies that were involved in the restrictive tendering. And look, for procurement infractions in this country, we will continue to hold the government accountable, because it was on that basis that some people of this country voted for them, because they created the impression that there were so many things wrong with procurement in this country. Okay, so civil society groups, people who are versed with procurement, are also monitoring to ensure that we put government on its toes.
Before I take a quick break, now the minority leaders will raise a concern, one of which is that Kelny GVG is not a Ghanaian company, and so the deal should have come to Parliament. Is that something we should be chewing on?
Yeah, once it is a company that is coming from, definitely. And if you look at the magnitude in terms of the amount of money government is going to invest into this project, it is incumbent upon government to open the process up and let the lawmakers understand the process. But you see, even with Parliament, it has been shut down. So it is up to civil society now to take the matter up. And there are several ways that this can be done. You can use the court processes to ensure that the documents that are needed for us to peruse, to be assured that the right things were being done, are brought to the fore. And look, right, the minister yesterday talked about the value in terms of what they are paying this company, and then what they were paying the other companies. Right, that is not the issue. That is not the issue. Look,
it is not the issue that we are saving Ghana money, because that's where she was drifting. That the deal now has saved Ghana what she says about 100 million cedis, dollars plus.
Right.
It's not the issue.
Right. If a porous procurement was done in the past, is okay, and then as a result, somebody profited, let's say, $10 million, okay, and then we all said that procurement was wrong, and then you come in, and then you go and then procure a different company, and this time you are paying the company is taking let's say 5 million. It doesn't mean as a country we are having value for money, okay, because that is not what we are looking at. What we are looking at is how much as a country are we going to gain as a result of that procurement, okay? So the question is, you are going to monitor the telcos to save us certain resources that may be in quote previously those resources were being hidden from us as a government. The question now is, if I decide to now contract that particular contract for, let's say, $5 million, how much as a government are we going to get as a result of the work that they are going to do? So if at the end of every month this company is giving us, let's say, $30,000, and then at every month we are paying that company $100,000, is that value for money?
I see.
It is not value for money. So it is not about you giving the contract to somebody initially at 100 million, and now you have given it to the person at 70 million, and then you come and then tell us that you save money. No. Okay. What the company is procuring for us, are we going to have benefits? That is what we need to look at.
Okay, that's your assessment of it. Now let's take a break, but I'm still waiting for the Member of Parliament for the Mpraeso constituency, a member of the NPP, Mr. Honorable Sete Champong, yet to join us. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you what the Media Commission is talking about, the attacks on ANAS, and what the GJA is thinking of doing. Stay with us. All right, grateful for your time with us. And the daily Ghanaian Times this morning talks about stop verbal attacks, threat of assault against the NAS. That's the Media Commission. The National Media Commission has expressed concern about verbal abuse and threat of physical assault against Anas Aremia Anas following his recent expose. The Commission, in a statement copied to the Ghanaian Times in Accra, said it finds current discussions regarding the permissible scope and methods of investigative journalism as healthy for the country's democratic gains. The statement implored Ghanaians not to erode the gains of the Accra Declaration on the occasion of World Press Freedom Day on May 2 and 3, at which event Ghana affirmed that media freedom is a fundamental underpinning for the successful operation of all democratic mechanisms which keep her in check and hold it to account, as well as for sustainable development. Importantly, it also held that professional independent journalism based on independently investigative verifiable fact, and in particular play an essential role in terms of holding the government and other powerful actors to account. Now, it goes on to ask people who are threatening ANAS to desist from that. The GJA says that it is petitioning the police service, BNI and others, to find how they can provide 24-hour protection for ANAS and all his interests, including his family and property. That story is also captured on page 70. Honorable Tedechai, now, his images were said to have been exposed on social media. Some have, we're told, he's received threatening text messages. And is it the media an attack again, an isolated case? Are we perhaps trying to stop the fight against corruption? Which way do you see this?
Right. I agree with all the ways that you have just spoken about. It may be an attack on press freedom. It may be an attack on the fight against corruption. Name it. But, right, it is very interesting that as a country, after going through our democratic processes since 1992, we don't want to do the things that will enable us get to the heights that other countries have gotten to. Are you not surprised that as we talk now, the Right to Information Bill is still within bosom of Parliament? It tells you that we have a long way to go. But for me, the attacks that are being waged on this young man who have done a lot of good work for this country of ours. Look, how do you track corruption? Even if you don't have the right to information, how do you track corruption? Right, virtually you cannot. Okay? Look at this issue of the Kelvin issue, where even simple documents are being requested for and are not coming. So how do you track whether there was something wrong with the process? Okay? But what this current government and its some of its members should know is the fact that the president himself committed himself to the fight against corruption. And I believe when he was in opposition, they all agreed to the methods that were being used by ANAS in terms of fighting corruption. It's the same as the NDC and other political parties. Yes, people may have views about the methods, but at the end of the day, it was able to capture the real intentions of people that we've given power to administer offices for us. And the only way we will be able to assess the integrity of the people that we've put into places is through some of these things. Right, if you are not a corrupt person, okay, no matter what enticement is brought to you, you ensure that the right things are done. Okay? There are certain offices, there are people in this country that you dare not go to them. Okay?
You cannot bait certain people.
Exactly. And that is the level of integrity that we are looking out for. Okay? That is the level of integrity we are looking out for.
That even if it is thrown at him or her, that person will reject it.
Exactly. Look, Bright, I've gone through that process before. I have gone through that process before. And there are so many Ghanaians in this country who will be able to resist such influence. Okay? And that is why, as a country, despite the resources that we are able to harness, we don't see the real development that we want to see as a country.
So for you, the method, there's nothing wrong with the method Anas is using.
There's nothing wrong. What wrong did he do by bribing maybe
the judge,
the judge
to see if he's corrupt or she's corrupt? She's not corrupt.
It was a real case. A real case is presented to you, and then you accepted it. What else do you want? To be able to adjudge that this is what this person does. Right, what other method? Because if the thing is done and you cannot bring that evidence, there's no way you can prosecute that person. That is why it is difficult to unearth corrupt practices. Unless you get other information from somewhere and people are ready to testify. Okay? So, the media bashing that some members of the MPP administration are unleashing onto this man is rather unfortunate. But these are the people who are telling us that they've come into government to fight corruption. Right. You are telling us that you are in government to fight corruption. So if somebody is assisting you to fight corruption, the person rather becomes an evil person to the country.
And they're talking about the method being used to do the investigation.
Which other methods do we have that can be used to unearth corruption? Even as we have even refused to pass the right to information bill. Even our own ministers who are supposed to respond to us when we talk to them are refusing to provide information. Why are they refusing to provide the information? Because they have something to hide. Because you don't have anything to hide. You don't siphon information. Do you get it? So, for me, His Excellency the President, the security services, they have a duty to protect this young man. Because what is happening now is as a result of what the presidency did. That is why Anas is going through this. It is as a result of what the president went to report with the CID. That is why his party members have descended heavily on this man, to the extent that people are threatening his life. So the onus lies with the president and the security services of this country to ensure the protection of this man. Because they even breached even the agreement in terms of the video that was shown to them.
You were privy to the agreement?
Kweku Baku said it. That was the understanding.
That it will not be
exactly
reported to
the CIA. But immediately the video was shown, the next thing was that it took them by surprise. So even the presidency breached that agreement they had with them. I'm not the one saying it. He said it all over. Okay? And today, you've turned the whole government machinery on this young man. Most of the people who are making all these allegations,
not really government machinery. It's some members of the NPP
exactly
who are attacking the man, not the government machinery.
Are they not members of the government? Are they not members of the government? Are they not the same people who told these good people, the good people of this country, that they have come to fight corruption? And you see, to the extent of trying to impugn or malign the young man, okay? Look at some of the pictures that were put on social media. That was not the man. So you are putting other people's life in danger, okay? Things that I don't know what is happening. So the MPP as a body need to put their members to check that they told the good people of this country that they were coming to fight corruption. So if somebody is fighting this canker, they rather must assist the person to fight the canker. But you don't turn your guns on the person simply because the person that is being attacked or the person that is being has been investigated is your party member. It's a member of your party. And so therefore, hell must break loose. This person must be attacked. His security must be compromised. The onus lies on the president. The onus lies on the IGP to ensure that adequate protection is given to Anas. And for me, I'm also happy that the media fraternity have come up with a firm statement putting the life of Anas in the hands of government to ensure that they protect him fully, because we are all interested in fighting corruption and we must demonstrate it. Fighting corruption, how do you fight corruption? You need to demonstrate that really you are in to fight corruption.
All right. This is where we end the conversation this morning. It's a Friday, so all to cool down a bit and relax. We waited for the Member of Parliament for the Mpraeso constituency, Honorable Seth Echampon, and he couldn't make it to the studio. But a former Member of Parliament for the Ablekuma Central constituency, a member of the NDC, was here. Honorable Tetecha, grateful for your time with us this morning.
Thank you.
And we're also grateful for you out there who watched us. I'm sure you sent in your comments. And we will take a break. And when we're back, there's more on the Friday edition of Newday. Stay with us. We're coming back in a moment.
My baby, they confuse me with his bad deal. He say you got to get where they send the money from London. He doesn't mean like a Johnny just do. You want to get the work up, but put the judge the chump. Yeah, baby, pana. I say I like cassava, you got the big cassava. Baby, pana. Anyway they go, I go follow you they go. Oh baby boy, you fire. Your body boom boom fire. Only you are the desire. Hey. Let over. My baby gave me let over. Hey. Come over. You don't come and make him over. Hey. Wow, wow, wow. Wow thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I thirst. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, do you want to say? And energy, we better dang. We your best. What get to do? Everywhere, it be me where I go to you go. Why don't do like that? Why do you take that thing from me? My baby don't do like that. Why do you act like you don't? You know?
Hi, I'm Dr. Ted Spear, pastor of the Fundamental Baptist Church International in Kumasi, and I would like to welcome you to join me every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 for the Fundamental Hour. As we think our good works will save us. Please join me as we teach the Scriptures each and every Sunday morning right here on TV3. God bless you.
Fundamental Hour shows on Sundays at 6 a.m. right here on TV3.
Afro Tales, you have to be very, very careful. Sir, dear son, now to tell ten for man, near you, near J war, near the fool, near Yode.
Say flow double. I drink Cassiano. So I drink a kitty sapala. That's it to a talent. 1 million and I'm not watching Yawan wow. No, man.
We are seeing Miss Maxwell proof anyway.
Oh, Babu me. Whoa. I got a swan your man that I would have worked for. I'm catching.
Wow. Temptation. My hips are young couple. Chema Obiaka crack one could say from 71 hips.
Afro Tales shows Monday to Fridays at 9 a.m. right here on TV3. Brought to you by Tabia Herbal Mixture and Capsules.
Proper sanitary pad. I'm a wash my head there.
Unleash your passion in this month of June as TV3 brings you Passion Month.
Oh my God.
Unleash your passion for sports. Your passion for quality entertainment.
Hello.
Your passion for politics and intellectual discourse. Your passion for kids. And your passion for drama and blockbuster movies.
It's her. Good. Kill her.
Because this is the month of passion on TV3.
Yes, sir. Nazi. Here, made up for Dadamia. Dadamio. Made up for Jamia. Jamia Kukum. Made up for Dadamia. Dadamio. Made up for Jamia. Jamia Kukum. Never do fear to cry. Yes, can't show you. I pay not the one uncle when you want a darling. Kakabeka, yes, and I soon need a fear. Yeah, necessary. I have been more. Come, Namaya. Come, Namaya. Come, Namaya. Come. Namasi, oh, no, no, I'm Ponsa, no, come. Me, your beauty say woman sits name. Enti your days and now when you me mo. Na say him say me go see a chidi. And you catch me on me baby flower. I don't know to way. Don't be ever go when you need. And I saw no Korea. Oh body and him. I don't. Made up what da da yeah. Da 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 made up what jamia jamia kukum. Hey, Messiah dear me honey say made up for you. Nene to mene nene to mene. Oh me and a neighbor. I see me tingenty. We say, why me a check? Nanso, ya, when yes, can send me a boy, man, Sakaka. It was a menko. We say, be an onion and Saka impo. Miti boninti, Nasa fin. Yea, when we are said of Winima. Hey, we are see mood of which I'm young. Nam's a come, Namaya. Come, Namaya. Come, Namaya. Come. Hey, Namazio. No,
That was a good one, but that girl will be getting an exclusive from her very soon on the show. But today we're talking about relationships because it's Friday. We just want to relax and make it enjoyable for you. So let's watch a video concerning a young man and a young lady and how the interaction goes. Then we'll come back into studio to discuss it.
I really like your room. It's very nice.
Thank you.
And your bedspread too is really nice.
Yeah. I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you. I hope my food is ready because I'm really hungry.
Don't talk about food. I've already placed an order.
Alright, I hope it gets here soon because I'm really, really starving. I don't know what to do to myself.
I can see that. But you're looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like your eyebrows too.
Thank you.
Can I touch them?
No.
Why? Why can't I touch them? Why? You should. Okay, I like your jeans too. Can I touch it?
No.
Just use me.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm introducing myself to you officially. You should know better.
Come inside the door.
Precious, you don't waste it. May I long go off our go places.
Hey, look, what do you think you're doing? I didn't come here for that, okay? Besides, I'm a virgin.
Wow. Where do you think you're going with the fried rice?
To my room, where else?
Hey. Please, I beg, bring my fried rice. It's a virgin. It's fried rice.
Cost of 10K fried rice.
No. Virgin fried rice. She be got food. I'm better than home. I'll break you, mad. Break you,
Well, I guess that's what really happens around the world. And people are asking, the question we're asking today is, should girls demand anything from the guys whilst they're in a relationship, or it should just be platonic don't ask anything, just stay as friends, and it goes on and on. But I have Councillor George Lutrot and Captain Frimpoma, and they're joining me to discuss this very sensitive topic. I'll start off with Councillor Lutrot. What's your take on it? Do you think girls should demand anything when they're in a relationship with a partner?
Thank you very much. And Cherish, good morning to Cherish viewer. Oh, sorry, the weed steps. People think I smoke weed when I wear this thing. I just took it off. Sorry, but coming back to myself. Hi, girl. But she's a virgin, so it was going to help us to really go through this thing very, very well.
So am I.
Yes.
So help us. Yes.
You're also a virgin.
Let's stay on the topic, though.
No, I just want to be sure I'm dealing with. Yes, I feel very, very alienated when I meet virgins at your age. Such a good disgrace, but we'll manage it. But at least
it really is a disgrace to you.
Come again. That at your age you are a virgin. I mean, it's a very good disgrace to me that we have
to
age.
You, not to us. So can you answer your question?
So I'm answering the question because the storyline and everything that happened. The only pain I have is that the young lady made a statement that she's a virgin.
Yeah,
and that was the most useless statement I keep hearing constantly from up and coming girls.
I need to explain. Why do you think it's useless?
You see, the first thing is that you entered into a guy's room. This was not a restaurant.
Okay.
And when you go to obey the wind self-contained, like what you entered, unfortunately, this one has no curtain divide. You know the false curtain, that one they used to shelve the bed. It is one particular room in Ghana that gives easy pregnancy and increases abortion in our dispensation. You do the research and see. Because when you go, there's no chair, but there's TV. So all too soon you are watching TV3 at Joma and Jiminy. So you can't go into such an environment and refuse an introduction. The guy was going to introduce himself, and one of the things the guy did, which was rightful thinking of guys like him in bigger shirt. When you see guys like this who are wearing top that is bigger than their body, you cannot swerve from introduction. So
what is introduction? Hello, hi, I'm Nanama, I'm Lutrot.
You see, that is done.
Why would the lady even enter a guy's room if she didn't know him? So did she need an introduction at that point?
No, he didn't know him, because if you knew him very well, you know that going to the base where obey the wind self-contained will really demand a deeper penetration for an easy introduction. So what the guy did is a typical lifestyle of young guys wearing big shirts with no waist. You understand? I mean, if you see them like this, that their shirt is big and their boxer shorts, not even new ones, false boxer shorts showing, then it tells you when you enter into their room, obey the wind, no chair, you can't stand. When the girl went, where was she sitting?
On the bed.
So I tell everybody, if you go to any guy's room that there's no furniture, step out.
Well, that's good advice.
Step out, because it is not because the guys have bad mentality.
Right.
Number two, if you go to a guy dressed this way, people say your dressing can. My sister, let's stop this hypocritical behavior. If you're watching the movie, immediately somebody like this girl is acting Ashawo, they will change her dressing.
What did you want her to
her
wear?
outlook becomes an Ashawo outlook. So once I draw it has to be magnified.
No, but
do you understand?
If it's a friend and she's wearing what she's wearing, it's a casual clothes.
I don't.
How does it, predispose you to being touched or introduced?
That is the reason. No, hold on.
Please. It's not about forget about the virginity.
That's what I want.
No, but I want Catherine here. Let Catherine come in.
So you asked whether it's good for a lady to ask for things in a relationship. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that
you've not answered.
As a woman you should go
into
is
it true or is it right or wrong?
A relationship.
I'm the moderator.
Asking but when I meet her, she tries to do things.
Because
that's why I gave you a warning before. This is TV, not radio.
Because Amma, it's a relationship, okay? We are supposed to complement each other. Even that's what the Bible says.
No, please.
And so,
please stop using Bible. I'm a Prime Minister. You can't use Bible when I'm sitting here.
You are not sitting. Well,
you are a church member.
Don't just go to the Bible says. Am I your church member?
Oh, but you are a church member.
Excuse me. Let me make my point.
No, but she also goes to church. She also
reads the Bible.
But she
did you write the Bible? Are you the one who read the Bible? Well, Amma, so as I was saying, as I was saying, we are complementing each other, okay? And so as an independent woman, and that is what every woman should aspire to be, a very independent in body, mind, and soul, and in the sense, every sense of the word. Why should you depend on a man? Why should you depend on a man for every single thing in your life, including water, sanitary pad in most cases, and all sort of things? I don't think it's right. And I I'm very independent enough to come on. I mean, bring what I also have to the table.
Right.
I don't need to depend on this man for. You can imagine if I had to depend on him for everything. I'm not sure I'll be sitting here today.
You've been brainwashed. By who? And in 12 years to come in Ghana, there are going to be more vegetable men in this country because we're going to have a lot of self-empowered women who want to become men to take care of.
I am not being. I'm not assuming the role.
Let me come back to something Catherine said. Catherine said you're complimenting each other.
Exactly. So let me tell you, why should the burden be on one person?
Let me put this on record on on
TV
this morning on TV3. The New Day. Let me say this here. If you've not heard it before, hear it here for the first time. Any young man that is not married to any girl and you spend on him, on her, you are a fool.
Why did you say that?
Because in the first place, the girl walks to you and says, "What do you have for us to eat?" Is that place a kitchen? One, is the guy your cook? So you walk in there because you are hungry. From your house, they don't feed you.
So what are you then saying?
So in the first place, it is wrong.
You are agreeing with my point.
I'm not agreeing with you. No, I'm not agreeing with you.
No, that's what
you see. What you said is that you want to be independent. No,
exactly.
I am
not. You are expecting the girl not to have come to the boys' place to ask for food.
No.
Because he is not.
Catherine, listen very carefully. I'm saying that if you think that taking care of you by any guy in a relationship is right, it's wrong. No guy has a right to take care of anybody in a relationship. However, it is the prime responsibility to them do you part to take care of a wife. That is why no man has the right to take care of a woman. It is the right of a husband to take care of a wife. So if you say
in what sense?
In every sense.
From your why is your wife working?
To your makeup,
why should the woman be working?
If you're working for yourself to take care of your family, that is why if you live with a man and you are sharing your salary with the man, it is not marriage.
Okay.
It is
I will not share my salary with you, but that is not also to say that I should also state.
We don't need your money. Any man who takes your money is
you men of today. You do,
and it's just vegetable. You are waiting for your husband's money.
You do
your wife's money
you men
to do
budget. You do
again.
The 21st century man
that passion.
And the young worry. And to move to independence. No one disija.
Yeah, Nisija.
And confirm this is when you are now so most can from who born one bit to work.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Independent.
Is that not what you are implying? That we should depend on men?
Yes,
for
I'm still here.
To get where you fall, because
he's not making any point anyway.
That everyone is an individual, and you all just need to bring on board what you're.
I didn't say that.
See, my problem is in this particular video we watched. It's a young man. He has a friend, a female friend, who occasionally, maybe before she came there, she called her and said, "Oh, let's go out or let's go and eat. I'm hungry." And he said, "Come over. I'll provide 10K or whatever." And he did. The food comes, and the only reason why he refused to give it to her is because she didn't allow him to have any sexual.
And I'm saying that in the first place, what stops the young girl who is coming from a well-structured, proper home to come with 2 packs into the house?
Okay.
What stopped there? I'm saying that the independent.
But if it was your daughter, would you not be upset? Why should she also come and
my daughter, in the first place, my daughter would not have a visit in Obey the Wind Self-Contained with a big shirt.
But you will be with her.
Oh, fortunately for you, see, charity begins at home and train the child the way he should go when he grows. So my daughter's lifestyle is not in my house. It's when she's out of the house. Do you know what I'm saying? But fortunately for us, bad parenting is what is giving us what we're having here. Look, let me tell you, there are 2 parents that we watch. What we watch today are 2 parents. Okay. In the extension of what I watch, there are 2 parents. They obey the wind boy at his age. It's in Obey the Wind Self-Contained, self-made. Okay. So he thinks we're arriving. And when you get Obey the Wind Self-Contained, the first thing is that you have to test the bed through sexual intercourse. So it is a very simple thing. And you girls who don't know, I'm telling you that don't enter into any guy's room that there's no chair.
Well, she has entered already.
So she entered because she knows what she wants to give.
And there was some prior communication before that they got there.
That accommodate.
They were not walking apart and then have I come to your room before?
So I said,
have I come to the last one you promised when you said you were going to do transfer for me and then you are going to come? Can you imagine?
No, I stopped doing the transfer because she doesn't even respect. She doesn't respect 20 Ghana
transfer.
As you are working,
I will not take it. I can afford more than 20 Ghana.
It's not because you see.
I can afford more than 20.
It's not my affordability, but where the thing is coming from.
Where?
This is why I say most of the girls will not marry because their mind is that.
Then I'll follow you to your house because of 20 Ghana credit. 20 Ghana credit.
You are yet to come, but let me tell you, it's happening in marriages today that husbands cannot even buy for their wife because we're carving the whole in such a way that I wear things from this. I wear things from
so you
here.
lie.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You,
so
you are the one who have been preaching that if the young man does not have what it takes to get married, don't even
hallelujah.
By going
it's a good
into
sermon.
It. And so if the young man does not have what it takes to buy the kind of
you want to buy for yourself.
I wear and patients I wear, and I have the
so you will be B1, B2, B3 because you cannot be a wife.
What is B1,
don't worry.
Oh, it's an application of a visa into US. The United States of America, but in Ghana it has become born 1, born 2, born. They say when I say born 1, born 2, they feel pains in their heart. So right now I've modernized it in the dispensation of democracy. B1, B2, B3. But let me say this. And most of them are now getting to MFS because of the B1, B2.
What is MFS?
It's a point where you get no returning. But listen very carefully. You see, what I'm saying, there are two parents that we just watched. Right. And I want to make it clear to us that if a boy is raised to become what he has become, this is what he recruits. Okay. But the girl too has been trained from her home. However, what the parents have stopped her from doing, which was the original training, was that we don't go into a man's room. Number 2, you never go into any guy's room and when he's touching you, you say, I am a virgin. Never say that.
Is she not?
Why? But you have to declare.
My sister, virginity is a burden.
On who?
On who?
Hallelujah.
A virgin on who?
2 virgins just ask on who. Unfortunately for us, because virginity is classified. I know when you say you are virgins, I didn't doubt it. Because the 2 of you can be vested because we have masturbating virgins, we have remedial virgins, we have primary virgins, we have secondary virgins, we have infant virgins. So the 2 of you could be remedial virgins. And I know for her she's a remedial virgin. Remedial virgins are those who do it today. Where last
Excuse
one?
me.
Yeah, what I say?
My virginity is not even the topic for discussion.
No, it is part of the discussion. It's not the topic, but it's part.
No, but he has to explain what he means by the levels.
Does it even matter?
I know your friends are watching.
Let's counsel. So when I give you your platform,
I am a tertiary virgin or university, whatever type of virgin I am.
Tertiary, I'm not too sure because you are not in school. Tertiary are those who are in school. I'm called vacation.
Counselor, so you saw that video. Clearly, this lady had communicated with a guy prior to coming and he had planned to provide food. Why does the food have to be tailored to a condition of my virginity?
The first thing is I said the girl's answer was wrong. And parents should watch this. You see, we raise our daughters to the point that even now some of us who have gotten into marriage and we are meeting a lot of clients, I'm telling you that most marriages are not working because of this statement, virginity. Are you aware that one of the most painful things you can ever meet as a man is to have an opportunity to break somebody's virginity? Very painful.
What is painful about
especially in marriage? It's a headache. That's why I say virginity is a burden. Let me explain to you. You see, most virgins are not well cultured, like the girl who just left the video. The only thing you have to protect your dignity is to announce that you are a virgin. Say it's cool.
No, but isn't that something you are making up? Because you don't have statistics.
I have it.
What do you mean when you say most virgins, the only thing they have is to say you're a virgin?
I am saying it because
they are honoring themselves.
I'm saying because of the number of people I take care of and the cases I have. Every time they say, I say I have my own statistics. So when I bring and you think it's wrong, go and spend money and do your own. But I'm saying that people have been raised like this girl to believe that you are the H among all the girls because you are a virgin. So they meet a guy and the answer to the guy is that I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin doesn't denounce the fact that my request should be downplayed. That's one. Number 2, I don't want to do it. It's because you don't want to do it. It is not because I'm a virgin. And we should stop the young girls. It's another bad way of parenting at home. So they come the same with the mentality. They grow and you marry them. And they come into the marriage, their first degree, second degree, director, chief executive, but they believe that the only thing they are bringing to the marriage is virginity. The moment you break it, then they see that, oh, there is something waiting in their mind. At the end of the day, we are and unfortunately I met you, there was no hene. At the end of the day, so you don't even know whether you've broken the record she has. She has a mental record, she has a masturbating record, she has friends like you record waiting to be broken. So breaking a virginity is not, that's why I say any woman who is a virgin, when a man breaks a virginity, buy him a gift. But you don't use this virginity mentality to use as your trump card working. Me a virgin. For what? Virgin my food. Have something better to prove. Don't go and tell the guy I'm a virgin. And also then, this is why some time ago, 85, once you're a virgin, you become a product for rituals. And then, what are you using it for? The same way you meet a guy, you meet somebody, you say I love. You see I say I love.
You are a Christian.
But you are married.
No, you are a Christian.
Tell me you don't love me.
Get back to that Christianity. So why do you draw the line between someone keeping their virginity till marriage? Because that's what the
There
Bible
is no portion in scripture that says that keep your virginity. The Bible says clearly, do not fornicate. He didn't say keep your virginity. Because let me tell you, let me say it on record. And let me tell you, I am telling you, one of the bad products ever to have as wives in this part of our country are church members. Christian girls are the bad product you can ever have for marriage. I'm telling you, don't tell her no. Because, and I'm telling you the reason, so I go to her. And so that she can either say yes or no. And she can't say yes or no because she knows. The reason is that they tell themselves they are virgins. But they're using Christianity to masturbate. I went to a church and the young girls told me there's a new form of masturbating, which is a mobile phone. There's a small mobile phone, put in condom, slot in your female genitals, and then you put a chip inside and you call. All you do is, Christian sister, a G, hallelujah, a G. So you meet such a Christian sister after marriage, you are consummating. So I'm saying that one of the bad products. So when you ask me virginity, people are abstaining, but they are masturbating virgins.
Okay, so I get your
that's
point.
what I say virgins are. Don't just use the word virgin again. But if you are keeping it, keep it sensibly.
Okay. So, Catherine, now he has thrown the question.
You are not the one giving me the platform. What can we do? You're not because flash. You asked, I think that the substantive issue is still in force, and we are talking about whether or not it is good or the best for a woman to request for things in a relationship. Councillor Lucho just said,
you mentioned my name,
that girls come into marriage with virginity and they think that is all that they are bringing to the marriage, which means that there is something more than virginity that he expects you to come into the marriage with. What is it?
Home training.
What is it? If plus your ability to keep the home with or without him.
No.
And it all comes about
I didn't say that.
And all the other things you can think of. And so exactly.
Not from you.
Not for me.
From me.
So what do you expect?
I'm a man, the chief
can I make my point, please?
No, this is a missed call. This is a missed call. You can decide to answer or not.
You see, so I don't get him when he says some of these things.
I'm not here for you to get me actually.
Exactly. Why I don't even have to worry my head getting you because you yourself.
But why you
yourself you don't even understand yourself. So what I am trying to say is that it is as important as anything for you as a woman to also be yourself, groom yourself in every sense of the word, and come into, bring that to the table. Whether it's a marriage or exactly, you complement each other. Yes,
45.
Yes,
why do you let Catherine and then I'll come back to you?
So if he thinks,
now I shave
if he thinks,
frustration, depression,
don't mind, Catherine, ignore counselor.
So let me tell my dear sisters that forget about what Councillor Lutrod is saying. Virginity, that is not good. I didn't now say that we shouldn't be virgins.
I didn't say
that. Sometime ago, you were also bashing women for losing their virginity.
I said be a virgin, but have something better than using it.
So that is what I am saying. That you need to also build yourself, be independent on your own as a woman, economic independent, emotional independent, in every sense of the word independent. And then when you meet whoever it is, you are complementing each other. As the Bible says, what are you talking about?
But Counselor, why do you have a problem with that help?
I don't understand.
Says you're
you see,
exactly.
Right now in Ghana,
are we not supposed to compliment you guys?
Women are suffering. And look, I started saying
which women are suffering. You keep giving generalized
because I have statistics to prove
women
that when you go to 10 homes now in Ghana, you have 8 of the women providing for the house.
You are now talking.
Which is a curse.
You are now talking.
That the men are just taking advantage of
you. You are being lazy.
They are not taking advantage.
If you are being lazy, you want me to be hungry with my children. You want me to be hungry with my children.
When I hear you say my children, how many of the children are writing your family name? Do you know the value of spermatozoa?
Oh,
be careful when you're speaking.
But
it's still
when I am married and you are not doing what you're supposed to do, as you sit home and die of hunger with my children. Excuse me, I will not.
Go to your father's house.
I will not.
This is why we are suffering.
With the type of enlightenment that I have.
Pick your cameras and go out. When you take first 10 married women, 8 are providers of
because the men are lazy.
So in the first place, girls of this nature are giving themselves the closest thing. They were listening to the so I'll use the 2 for example. Once I'm here because they were listening to the what is close to your eye is what you use to
you
dream.
Don't need us to dream.
But you have a favorite song.
Anyway. You never won the award though, but we'll get it back later. Don't worry. What I'm saying is, you see, the challenge is that women have been raised in a particular way that right now provide for yourself. Look, when you count 10 celebrities, female celebrities in Ghana, you have 8 of them who are B1, B2, and the rest of the 3 are trying to grab what they don't need because they think that you need to be well secured to enter into marriage. Listen, it is the principal duty of a man to take care of you from your head down to toe. So when you say you are building what? Look, as my sister is sitting, if she owns a flat in this Lagos, and I mistakenly come and marry her as a husband, and we need to live in a place, she has a taste of a class where she wants to live. Right. If the man says, if you say crime, she has all the moral right to rent that house to the husband and talk about him.
But you'll be cheating your own self because when you marry, you're one.
Hello, we are not one. Even me and my wife, we are not one.
Then that's
because as I'm sitting here, I just touch you.
That's
I just touch you. Yes. Is my wife feeling the touch?
When you preach, the last
time I hug her, and when I hug you soiled my shirt. My wife didn't feel the soil. I felt it.
Who told you?
Then I didn't make up your
money. I am so gentle.
So you say, I didn't cover up. But what I'm saying is that, you see, I want you to understand that mentality that we are one is why women are being killed. Can you imagine that? If I'm telling you again, go and check the KYC. Every joint account that has been opened by husband and wife, the highest contributors are women.
Yeah.
So painful.
So that it means that the men should be up and doing.
A woman's money.
The men should be up and doing.
Every wife listening to me, a woman's money is for her. Okay. A man's money is what might be disclosed to be used in the house. If your husband is waiting for you, your income to make budget at the home, it's a very good to man who is not qualified to be called a husband.
Our social orientation, okay.
This one
is brought up to saying that Obato to a Tribe man.
And you say
that not anymore. I will buy the guy, but you will not keep it. I will keep the license in my wardrobe, and I will tune the tune myself.
I will buy it and put it in your room. Let me tell you what happened. In 1864, let me tell you the history. In 1864, the reason why they brought that statement was that they are telling you, say, why they be a bayano? Who walia or bearman say, and to Jimmy or buying here too because or buy and cocoon.
Okay.
And you have to input.
No way today's men are sleeping.
They are sleeping because of what
exactly. Haven't we changed? Haven't we moved away from that socialization where a man will go out and bring everything home for the family, and now women also go and equally work? So
sister,
what's wrong with
let me break protocol and get up and say we've not changed. It is you people who think that.
Which people?
You this up and coming generation.
Okay. Both male and female.
No, the problem is about the women.
It's not about the women.
Because the basic reason why you were created was for marriage. You are for the pleasure of men.
Says who?
No, the reason why God created women is to bring pleasure, excitement, companionship for men.
Not for yourself. You amaze me.
No, I ask for the amazement. Keep it because
you amaze
it will make you more excited.
Day and age, that is all you think about women.
Please. What I want you to understand is that
until your interpretation of the Bible.
That is what the Bible said.
That is what you think.
Only for marriage.
That is what the Bible said.
That is what you think. That is the norm.
Give it 2 use of women. Give it 2 use.
No, you would have to.
God gave you opportunity. God gave you your use because.
So what's the use of men?
Men are the design of God and women are the desire of men. That is why God said it's not good for me to be alone. I got to bring something that will bring you comfort and relaxation, my sister. You are not coming up to me to come and bring things up in the house. You see, you women are worrying me because when I feel hurt in my office, that you can see a woman coming and she's the breadwinner instead of being the bread eater. My sister, you are a bread eater and not a breadwinner. Stop. This is why most of you are refusing to marry because your levels you are creating for yourself are not standard from home, and this is as a result of bad parenting. Because you meet young girls right from 20, they start taking care of themselves, so independent. You marry such women, they say the kitchen light is off, and as a husband you need to fix it before you close early and come home. One year and my fro,
exactly, but counselor, what
is a very foolish wife
about her duty?
This is a very foolish wife with no apologies. This is a foolish wife with no apologies.
So you'd rather wait for your wife to
for
every single
Oh my God! You have to make sure say me baby. Me Mira, Mina Mura, and me, my shame and wakoma. Oh, ahoma no wa me kon.
But wouldn't that break down the marriage when you are doing everything? Anyway, but the conversation just more interesting.
You people.
Which people?
But we don't have
which people? Now when you guys are sleeping and you don't want to work, what will you do?
Well, I don't know where I'm going to end, but before you end, I give my closing remarks.
Closing remarks.
But we are ending now.
So once you are ending, every wife watching me, in case you are not home and somebody is recording for you, keep this in your mind. If your husband asks you, or you go to bonkush, mention no. Any man waiting for you, your income, to draw budget for the house, it's a wicked speeches created by not God, by the devil. Don't force yourself to take the place of a man. When the man is not providing, pull the hair from the nose to provide. 0277 60 96 44. I am responsible for my comments. 0277
please
60
don't mind
96
women,
44.
Go out and support your husband. You are there to be and bring the help me.
Be independent.
Anyway, we'll take a break at this point. We'll be back with more here on Newday.
Hey, you make me wanna rearrange the alphabet so I could put you next to letter I. Take my heart, baby, carry go. If you leave me, baby, I will die. Me turn a so me sissy Christy. Me come and put the chima, no, you was hey, say moja, smile, say, Mempa me was a man and a cheleva. Hey, baby, ni burning, hey, golden cheese chocolate, yeah. Me chatole, yeah. Each and every day, baby, ni body, ooh, hey, hey, so you got me singing my own. The time they chase me, then no money day, my own. See the hot but push it on, I dey grind for my 10K, my own. Like the air, I dey feeling for everywhere I dey. Hey, my own. See the money, baby, I'll chop them for you. Hey, can live for me. Slow down. Sissy, yeah, man. Hey, can live for me. Slow down. Men go to you, yeah, man. Honey, can live for me. Slow down. Sissy, yeah, man. Hey, can live for me. Slow down. Men go to you, yeah, man, yeah. Oh, Lord, have mercy, mercy, mercy. This boy got so energy. Shuba. Hey, and I'm in town, kinda what's up for me, hey? What's up for me, hey? Out of my lonely van, I bet shout to me, hey? Shout to me, boy. Hey, should I live on this Gucci Prada? Now it's chungy and if you hunger, Dalema, I'm in Dalema. Hey, that girl in Dalema. Hey, Dalema, open your me when you're in fire. Miss Papaya, Menani, dear, Mommy Baby.
Oh, Mommy Baby, yeah.
And as we try to your own best, I come and go. Hey, how can I say, calling for me?
Slow down. Oh, that's a good one. Dance girl. Tell you're a B. I mean, your song is popping, your music is flawless. But where are you coming from? Obiabusa, like that girl, who is she?
Okay, I can't say much. All I know is I'm that girl. I just came about last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in mashups. I started with Ebony and Samini, my own. And that we started and just went. We just put it on my Facebook.
Okay. Is there anyone who told you maybe this is the time to cash in on this whole music industry, or you just felt it was just time?
No, we just came. We didn't know. We just thought we were just doing something and just blew up.
Okay. But had you always had a passion to be in the music industry?
Yeah, sure. Very, very much.
Okay. So as you started, who are you looking up to? Is there any particular shoes you want to fill?
No, I'm just being me.
Okay. Yeah. But your brand, your hair, tell me, where did you get all that from? Those ideas, crazy ideas, I must say.
It's my style. That's how I am. So my manager has to just
fit me in that style because this is how I look like, and I have to be the same naturally.
Nice. So that girl, I mean, what do you plan for yourself in the music industry? Where do you want to get to? What do you want to put out there?
I want to even look bigger than the people I look up to.
Nice.
Yeah, very
So
much.
you're looking at yourself beyond Ghana. You're going international, winning Grammys,
Everywhere.
winning everything.
Yes, I'm even timing for the Grammys. That's good.
Great. But how long have you been on the scene? And so far, what have you been able to do?
Okay, I won't say it's a year, but half a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what songs have you done?
Yeah.
What do you look at doing? Would you go into your own genre of music, or you just be doing mashup of people's own?
No. I released the mashup.
Okay.
As I'm releasing the mashups, I use my songs too. And I have 4 songs out. First was Mayweather. Second is Any Man, a Man.
Nice.
Third is Odo.
Okay.
Yeah. And the fourth is Joe.
Okay. That girl, of course, when we ask about age, people are sensitive. But tell me, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17?
Yeah.
Interesting. So when you talk about schooling, have you been to school? What level are you in? What are you doing with
Well, I completed GHS last 3 years, but I couldn't continue because my mom died, and that led me to music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it like a healing time for you, this whole singing and hanging out with friends?
Yes, I think it's a very good thing that I did.
Okay.
But because I didn't know I would even get the courage and passion to do music when my mom wasn't there.
Okay.
But God helped me.
Nice.
I did it.
Yeah, so God helped you, but I'm sure people also helped in some way. Do you have
Yes.
support from anyone in particular?
Yes, I have support. My manager, Jerry Beat, is the best manager I've ever had. He's very good. God bless him very much.
Nice.
I see. That girl is around here. Maybe I should ask the last question and then
You
we'll wrap up the
certainly
show.
should.
Okay, so that girl, you want to move up to the top. That's what you said. Are you getting that encouragement? This is an industry, the Ghanaian music industry, that sometimes you young ones, the new entrants struggle to go through. Are you getting people the support? You mentioned Samini, you mentioned, are you getting them to give you the push?
Yes, I have, because big thanks to the late Bonnie. She also commented on my styles and all that. She loved it. And also big thanks to Kwame Eugene. Has also been retweeting my things and all that. So a lot of stars I've been doing, and I think it's a very good thing. I love them all very much.
Nice. That girl, where are you coming from? Are you like a DC girl, Tema girl, a Shyman girl? Where are you coming from?
Is she a Kumasi girl?
No, I'm not Kumasi girl.
Okay.
I don't Kwabenya.
Kwabenya.
Oh,
Hey, so
okay.
Kwabenya
That's a new
repping
one.
the house. Yeah, that's a new one. A
That's
new
a new
branch
one.
from
All right.
there. But
Okay.
are you also a tomboy? Because you have that whole swag to you.
No, I'm not a tomboy.
You're not a tomboy.
No.
So you like dresses, you like
Yes.
skirts, everything.
Everything.
Nice one there. But kudos to you. You're doing very well. So you give us a song and then we'll just wrap up here on New Day. Bryce will have to dance to that.
Oh, no, you know me.
Hey,
Maybe that
forget it,
girl
honey,
can
me have a sugar. Hey, them they do what they do bad. I see your chin, now they go gaga. Boy, are you well on another seat back? Dance for you, I'll be visible.
But I like her dancing.
Crazy
too.
baby.
So you can dance
Girls,
Yeah,
dance,
like
I
it,
love
you
the
know,
body
do it,
along
go
the
this way,
pose.
that way.
I'll sing it for you like Rihanna. Say it to you, say it, say it to you, say it. Say it, my baby, make it me long time. Say it to you, say it. Say it to you, say it. Say it to you, say it. Hey, my baby, making it me long time. Say it to you, say it. Yeah, we're done a reggae or R&B. I go sing them for you, just call on me, baby. Ooh, the love way I get no be counterfeit. Yeah. And I go there for you originally. Yeah.